All right, everybody. My name is Rachel Moore. I am an artist six here with the Girl Gang, and we're bringing you a special edition. As you all know, we typically do our Girl Gang call at 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. This week we were taking off because, of course, it's Easter. But we got chatting, some of our senior leadership, and decided, you know what? Now is the time to really run, to hit the ground hard. We've got so much momentum, and we don't want to let the spring pass us by. So we have pulled together a very special training for you specifically on prospecting. And I know that that sometimes can be a scary topic for a lot of people. And we have an amazing expert here with us. And I know a lot of you know her, but a lot of you don't. And she is a legend in our industry. And I do think, we should take a few moments for her to tell her story so you can just see who she is and why she is so highly just respected and regarded, and why you want to hang on every word she says, because if you follow her training, it will certainly explode your business. And we also put together some really fun promotions for you guys to help you take what she's going to train tonight and put it into action. So without any further ado, I am going to turn it over to the amazing Melanie Hayden Sparks, who needs no introduction to many, but would you share your story and then your training tonight, please?
Oh, I didn't plan on doing my story. I won't have enough time. So I think most of you have heard my story to some degree. And for those of you that would like a little bit more in depth, I've got a website, melaniehaydenSparks.com. Go there, check me out on LinkedIn, and you can get a little bit more detailed. But just quick little snapshot of it is I got married right out of high school and was a mom by the time I was 20 and needed to do something to make money. It's one of those things where you had been through a lot of, I had been through some health issues. I was 5.5 months pregnant and I lost my little baby girl and was in a tough spot and needed to get back together and get to work. So talk about being at a place in my life of picking myself up and brushing myself off and having to do something. And I was totally lost. But a lovely lady by the name of Marlene here with Mary Kay Cosmetics, she saw a need, and I'm going to talk, this is important to you. Pay attention to these words. She saw a need in my life for something like Mary Kay Cosmetics and hounded the living daylights out of me. And I liked her. She was so nice. So I kept saying, oh yeah, sure. And then I wouldn't show up and I would postpone and I would procrastinate. And finally, she called me one day and she said, listen, she said, again, you stood me up. I think we call it gaslighting now or something, all these new terminologies. But anyway, she said, I know you're feeling like I'm really harassing you and really at you every time constantly to join this company. And she said, I just need to make something perfectly clear to you. I'm already very successful in Mary Kay Cosmetics and I don't need you in my business. I keep talking to you because I believe you need this business in you. And I think this is exactly what you need in your life to get yourself back on your feet. And I'm never going to stop believing in you. And I'm never going to quit calling until you tell me, leave me alone. Don't ever call me again. I want nothing to do with this. And, there's just in that little part of my story right there, there's so much that we need to learn about giving an opportunity and going out and getting people versus finding people that need what we have to offer. And when you really find people you believe in, you never give up on them. And anyway, got in, couldn't figure things out for a couple of years, and then figured out this had to be a system and built my own system and was the youngest Mary Kay sales director in history of the entire company, driving a pink car, having a good time. And then after 5.5 years, one of the corporate executives left, and that's when I went over corporate for a company that was in receivership and had been around, Watkins had been around for a long time. And that we just needed to rebuild the company. It became a dinosaur. It went extinct because they were still trying to knock on doors. And of course, people went to work and there was nobody behind those doors to answer them anymore. So put that company back together. By the time I was 29, I was the international VP of sales and marketing. Ended up after 8 years with them, became head of sales and marketing for the largest party plan company in the world, House of Lloyd, which is no longer in existence. Huge story around that one too, but got to work for a legend, Harry Lloyd, who was the finest marketer that I've ever met in my life. So between the systems and the marketing came together. And then I did that out of Kansas City, Missouri. And then I was in Washington, D.C. with a company called Color Me Beautiful. We really developed image consulting. There was no such thing as an image consultant until we got together and came into the picture. I wrote the business model for it, helped them develop all their cosmetic line. And then I got this crazy call from this candle company and saying we need somebody to run our Canadian office. So I came back home to Canada and spent 8 years as the president of Party Like Canada and grew that to be the largest direct selling company or party plan company in Canada. And then left there, did 18 months with Herbalife, helping them with some business things here in Canada, and then started my own business and was promptly diagnosed with breast cancer. So I can tell you all the cycles and bumps in the road, and that was the longest fight back out of anything. And then came back really consulting, because I have felt more than anything that direct selling is more relevant than ever, especially for women. And I believe that direct selling as an industry is the only truly non-judgmental business on the planet. Anybody can join, has an equal opportunity. We have the same 24 hours in a day. We have the same product lines. We have the same comp plans. We have the same systems. And you have a fair chance, and you just decide how fast you want to go and how hard you want to run. And I think it is the ultimate vehicle for people today, and has been, and I think it needs to be transformed a little bit to go into the future. But I believe that it has always been entrepreneurship that has made countries great, that have helped us rise out of things like the Great Depression. If you look back at the time, I don't know if you know this, but Avon was born. Women were out selling lipstick coming out of the Great Depression, and we're really part of putting and rebuilding back an economy. So I'm passionate about this industry, and that's partly why I'm excited to talk to you tonight, and greatly honored. Thank you, Rochelle and Des and Trace and everybody else that was on as far as getting me here to be able to talk on this topic. Because as I was saying, maybe some of you didn't hear, but I think talking on prospecting is the foundational thing of any business. Powerhouse people do two things really well in this industry. Number one, they're prospecting masters. And number two, they know how to work and sell a host program. If you can do those two things, you've got fire in your business. Because, you know, it's easy to talk about the products and loving the products and sharing them. It's actually, you don't even have to sell. And I don't even think we're in the business of selling anything. I think we're in the business of educating. And when you teach people about the value and benefits of the product, and teach the why they need it, why they're going to want it, it always sells itself. And so it's just about seeing enough people. And our host programs, they are nothing but lead generation systems. You meet one person and you give them free and half price product for introducing you to more people. So knowing how to work that program is going to be a game changer for you. But I want to go back and talk about strictly sponsoring. Now, I want over in the chat, you all need to go into the chat with me, because I deliberately didn't do a PowerPoint here because I want to be able to follow along with you in the chat. But in the chat, I want you to just put in, why did you decide to join this company? What made you decide to sign up? And you know, there's different reasons why people join. Some people are looking for money. Some people are looking for fun. Some people are joining just because of the product. They just want to get the product with it. So just going through here, this is like an analysis, guys, of you going through and following why people are joining. And it's going to be as interesting for you to see what they put in as what they don't put in. Because when we're prospecting, look at this, fell in love, product, wanting to have fun, purpose, good one, finance, extra services for clients, just learn from each other, because if anybody ever says, who do we want to talk to about the business owner opportunity? We want to talk to people that are just like you. That's why storytelling is so important in this business, and having you share your stories about why you joined and what you were looking to get out of this and what you were looking to have. But when I talk to you about sharing the business opportunity, most people, their minds will go to, you're looking for people who want to make what? Money. That's where most people go. And how many of you just put in the chat here that you joined for money? Now, you may come in for one reason and change for another reason with it, and that's okay. But I think it's really important for us to understand when we're prospecting what we're looking for. And so I want to just give you one other quick little thing before I dive into kind of the roots of what I wanted to share with you tonight. Would you rather be sponsored by somebody or recruited by somebody? Put in here. What feels better to you? I'm going to go recruit some people, or I'm going to go sponsor some people. What word? Absolutely. So it starts right there. We feel better about sponsoring people. Psychologically, sponsoring is I'm believing in somebody, I'm sponsoring them, I'm supporting them in, rather than recruiting them like you're bringing them into the army. That's important. I'm shocked today because we knew this 20 years ago, that the word recruiting was a turnoff. It was a turnoff. More importantly, it's a turnoff to you. You don't feel good about recruiting. You feel good about sponsoring. So I just wanted to make that clear, because I watch some people using recruiting. And if you feel good about recruiting, recruit away. That's entirely up to you. But there is no action in life that we will freely, easily do with love, light, and energy if we don't feel good about it. So watch your words, watch the words that you choose, so that the words you're using are words that make you feel good about what you are doing, as much as the words you're using to make the person feel good that you're talking to. So we're here to talk about sponsoring, and we're here to talk about why people join. Now, there's a lot that I'm watching on social media and in corporate trainers, and there is a difference, guys, between MLM training and direct selling training. So I'm watching a lot of the MLMers who are saying, never post about your product on your page, be stealth, be mysterious, do dripping, and don't really come out and share openly with what you're doing. I don't believe in that. If you're doing some sort of game bait and switching, you know what, there's an integrity issue that goes along with this. It's all about balance. And if you can't be a walking, talking infomercial for your product and your company, then you need to sit back and take a real good look at what you're doing, because that's exactly what you are. And understand, people are watching you all the time. And so I love to see you out wearing your logoed apparel, wearing your pins, anything that makes people go, oh, that's cute. What's that? Where did you get that? And this is the biggest part of being a really good prospector, is be interesting. Be interesting. Make people ask you questions. I always say to you guys, carry your purses, carry your wonderful compacts in your purse, put it on the top of your purse when you go out. When you go to pay for something, take it out and sit it on the counter, and then grab your wallet or your cards or whatever out of it. And people, how many times will say, what is that? And creating interest. So as you are that person that is attracting people to you, it just makes everything easier. So the next thing that goes with this is being a really good listener. I would never see somebody on Facebook and send them a private message and say, hey, I'm looking for people in the area. Would you interested with it? There is nothing that turns me off more. I've got about 500 people blocked on Facebook that have done that to me. They don't know me. They don't know anything about me. They're on LinkedIn trying to recruit me. Yeah, right. I mean, you don't even know who you're talking to. How can you sincerely offer somebody that you have no clue about, period? You become a predator. And that's what gives direct selling a bad name. And that's not who you are. And it's not what you're doing. Candace, you know what? The company you're talking about here is a perfect example of teaching predatory recruiting skills. That's exactly what they teach doing, and it has turned so many people off. So here's the thing that you want to do is you want to be a great listener. And you have got to learn to listen for people for what they need and what they want. Your job as being a great prospector is to be able to find people that need or want what you have to offer, whether it is your products, whether it is your business opportunity, whether it is our host program. You've got to be a good listener. And when you listen, and it doesn't take much, then you've got to make the connection. So if we take a look here and put down in the chat here with me, and you guys want to take some notes on this. So we already know, what are you listening for? From just what you wrote here, what? You're listening for people who love the products, right? Who just absolutely love the product. I personally will rarely, I'm not going to say never, I'm going to say will rarely try and offer the business opportunity to someone that has not tried the products. Same thing, I will rarely try and book somebody as a host if they have not tried the products. So that's the first thing that we want to do, because products are the biggest hook that we saw here tonight. They just love it. Next thing is people looking for money. Absolutely. People looking for an opportunity, people looking for security right now. There's a lot of insecurity that's happening out there. There's people that are looking for an opportunity to advance their career. They feel stuck in what they're doing. They don't feel like there's been something that's offered them enough potential. So that is pretty much one category of people. They're looking for business, they're looking for money, they're looking for opportunity, they're looking for opportunity to advance, and they have a different set of need state. It's more of it's more of a have to kind of need state of what they're looking for. Then we have what I call soft need states. And these are people that are looking for fun. They're looking to belong to something. They're looking for community, fellowship. You're right, Laura. They're looking to have a purpose. Get what I'm saying? More of an emotional reason. There's something in them that they just need to have filled up, something to get them out of the house, something to give them more flexibility with time. So, and what we're doing right now, you guys should be having these conversations with each other often, because what we want to do is we want to put your listening skills and high alert. So when I'm out and I hear somebody say, oh my God, my job, I'm so tired, it's so stressful, just, not fun at all with it. So you know what? And listen to this really closely. I understand how you feel. I felt exactly the same way and was stuck in my job. And then I found this wonderful, crazy little makeup company, and I'm having so much fun with it. It has just given me everything that I needed. Would you be interested in learning more about it? Because I think it might be exactly what you're looking for. Now, you heard me use something called feel, felt, found. So number one, feel, relating to somebody. Number two, or acknowledging how they feel. Number two is felt, relating to somebody. And then found is being able to offer them a solution. Now, this is way different than saying, oh, really? Well, you should look at my business opportunity. And they're just like, what the heck are you talking to? And it feels disengaged with what their need is and what they're looking for. I just told you I'm tired, I'm stressed, and you want me to look at another business, rather than acknowledging their own language that they used and having fun. So being a good listener is when you're talking to your customers and saying, oh my God, I just love this product. This is so much fun. I know, that's why I joined. You should join our team. You'd have an absolute blast with it, and keeping it lighthearted and fun. If somebody says, you know what, I just moved here. I don't know anybody in my community with it. I, kind of haven't got my feet in the ground with it. Well, a great way to get started and get to know people in the community is come be a part of what I'm doing. It's great. Women all, thinking the same way about making a difference in our community and having fun with makeup. You guys getting the point? Then you come back to people that are talking about money, the opportunity, advancement. These people might be a little bit different. These people are going to be looking for more of maybe a presentation on the compensation plan. They're going to be looking for more numbers. So if you have people within the category of money, opportunity, advancement, business, we usually call it hard or soft, but I call it kind of a more serious, logical kind of look that they're looking for the business. You're going to want to make an appointment and have a chat with them about the business opportunity. The people that are coming in just for fun, for belonging to something and for purpose, they're just like, how much do I make? Yeah, you make this much. Okay, how much does it cost to join? And they're in. Don't overwhelm them by sitting down and going through the full compensation plan with it, because it doesn't matter to them. That's not why they're joining. Follow me? Does that make sense to you guys? Guys, chat me up here with it. Good. Yeah. And you know what? And you guys chatting here and it's good. Thank you, Wendy, for sharing. That was me. Can the rest of you relate to this? There's nothing worse than wanting to do something for complete fun and having somebody then turn it all serious and numbers on you and kind of being the big turnoff with it. If they're looking for something light and fun, keep your approach light and fun. If it's something that they're going to want more information, more detail in, then you can go there with that. So if we can just learn, are you getting the whole message of being able to be a good listener? And it can be things like, and guys, you will start to go crazy because it's everywhere. It'll be this mother going, oh my God, I'm just so busy. I don't have time to be where I want to be. And with the kids and my job's making me crazy with it. Be a solution. Say, man, I understand how you feel. I felt exactly the same way. That's why I made a decision and I found, and you can do the introduction, which is basically just an invite. So you're never going to sunburn them by going, oh my God, you need to join Saint and it's so much fun and you're going to go there. You need to ask for permission. And that's what that stage is. And so many people miss this. And then they start to turn people off. So if it is, you know what, I'm so tired. I don't have any friends in the community, whatever. I understand how you feel. I felt and I found, would you be interested in learning more? Just a question. Yeah, sure. If you have not asked them if they're interested in learning more, don't even mention your company at that point. Don't even get into it, because that's not what it's about. And it is at this approach where people are going to feel one of two ways. One is, wow, she's trying to help me. Or two is, she's trying to get me to do something. And nobody feels good about trying to get me to sign up. So you very much, and I say you get up every day and you have a servant's heart, and everybody you talk to is you're trying to be a solution for them in their life. You're trying to be a light. Everybody you meet, you want to leave better than how you found them. Now, I do want to mention a couple things. Is there are some people, and I don't know if you've ever had, that you just look at this person, you think, oh my God, I love them so much. They'd be great. They may already be a customer of yours, but you're intimidated by them. And so you're like, oh, you go into the next horrible spot, which is you prejudge them. Oh, they'd never want to do this. They don't need money. Oh, they don't have time. Oh, they don't. How did you become such a good expert on their life? And sometimes it's just really important to do the secondary approach with this, which is, you know what? I have no clue if you would ever be interested in doing something like what I'm doing here with Saint or not. But I absolutely love your professionalism or whatever it is about them, and say, I would really like to sit down and talk to you a little bit about my business. And if you would happen to know somebody that might be good at doing it and recommended it to me, I'd love to give you some free product. Make it as nonchalant as you possibly can. The more intense you are to go out and get her or to try and sit down, the worse it is. Does that make sense to you? Matter of fact, hey, get together for coffee. No, I don't think so. I don't think I'm really interested. You're going to try to, well, actually I'm not. But anyway, if you're not open for a cup of coffee, that's fine too. Or for a chat, whatever with it. So if you change your mind, give me a call. Not a big deal. It's never a big deal. The last thing that I want to share with you that's really important here is you need to start a sponsoring journal. And that is every single person you talk to, put their name down, put their date, put the contact, the date that you talk to them, put their contact information in, and put in why they said not now. I am blown away by the people I teach this to. And then when they go back 3 months, 6 months, and guys, it's usually 3 to 7 times that you will have an engagement with them before they decide it's time to, yeah, really maybe take a closer look at this. So sometimes when you're talking to them about kind of the business, planting the seed, and then they will watch you for a year or so, just having fun with the product or in the group. And then they get their confidence up or something changes in their life and they go, you know what? I think it's now. So remember, this is relationship marketing. You've got to talk to people. You've got to bring them into this business because it's the right thing for them. Not because you have to recruit 3 people or 5 people. The issue that I watch is that so many people are out selling the product and they're not hand in hand giving the business opportunity. How many of you guys talking that we're talking to tonight are grateful that somebody cared enough about you to offer you this business opportunity and brought you into Saint? Are you grateful? Is anybody mad at the person that signed them up? Think they're a big jerk? Yeah, no, they don't. We're grateful. Yeah. So not you, Des. Yeah. But, I think that that's the thing that we have to remember. So I just want to create attention to this because all of you, if you have customers, you are missing the opportunity to build an artist team. And when people say, well, I don't know if I want to, the beauty of the Girl Gang group is that you don't have it all on your shoulders. There's a system and a team here that's going to support them and plug into them. That is why you are the fastest growing team in North America, is you have a system that you can confidently, even if you are brand new, can bring people in, and you have a team of people around you to support you in getting them started and to help them get started. I think the next thing is as you're talking about the products, saying we're new in Canada, we're looking for people. Who do you know in these areas? Make sure they always go together, because that is the biggest difference between going and getting a job at the mall in a store and what you're doing here is they don't have the opportunity to sponsor and share the business and multiply. And I call it's like franchising, replicate yourself, duplicate, and to really create something that's going to give you a long-term residual income. Someone asked me a while ago about how I see the business financially. And I said, your money for today has got to be your personal sales. Your RSP is sponsoring. Sponsoring and building a team of people has a much bigger potential, but it is a longer term investment in people that you're making. And as something that is worth, even if you're saying, I'm just going to do a slow start, and watch your skill set go, and really wanting to get your first 10 people into the business so that you can get your training wheels going and getting used to sharing the opportunity and navigating getting somebody brand new started. So any questions on this so far? Is this helpful for you? So I'm gonna challenge you guys for the rest of this month. Be really good listeners, and I'm gonna challenge you, because I think some of the other things is that people start to get in fear of rejection. I'm gonna challenge you to listen, be a solution to 10 people this month that tell you no. They tell you no. I think we're so looking for the wins. And this comes back to Wayne Gretzky's. He said, it's not that I score so much, it's I shoot more than anybody else. And all of you aren't shooting enough. So I'm going to challenge you, get out and talk to everybody, have fun, be nonchalant, and have a little challenge with yourself that you're going to talk to as many people as you can, and you're not going to stop until you have 10 people say, no, I'm not interested. So every time you get a no, it's a win. Because I think it's this avoidance of rejection or avoidance of getting no is standing between so many of us and greatness in the business world. And so condition yourselves that no's just have you one step closer to where you want to be. So any questions for me on this? Is this helpful for you? So you want to get into the sponsoring mindset, go out there and change some lives this month. Now I want to say to you, why this month? What happens? The first 6 months of the year we know in this business, are the time to build our teams. It's our time to bring new people in, to train them. The last half of the year, we do about 60% of our sales in the industry-wide. So you are going to be busier than ever with sales, because 60% of your sales for the year will come in the last half of the year. So look at what you're doing in the first half of the year. Imagine how big this fall is going to be. And if you guys don't get out there and get sharing this business opportunity and be a mega force somebody else is going to be doing it, because Canada is the goose that's laying the golden egg right now in Saint, from what I can see. So get out there, get talking to people, get them in, get them trained, get their training wheels off, so that here we are in April, that they've got May, June, July to really get their businesses built and developed, so that by the time we hit into the pickup that starts coming the end of August into the last half of the year, that you're going to have people ready to make some serious money for themselves and their families and have a whole lot of fun doing it. Does that make sense? Yay! So, it's been every company, and I can tell you, strategy, processes, systems, whether you're playing this for fun, big or small, don't leave anything on the table, because even if you're just here to have fun and just here because you love the product, you can build a wonderful team of people that are just having fun and loving the product too. And that's going to be something that's going to be extra rewarding to you. So things start to change as we go. And I know that as we grow our confidence, we start to grow our hopes and our dreams. And the thing that I love about this business is the more you grow your hopes and dreams, the more you're going to grow the people around you. So I think, I hope it's helpful.
That was awesome.
Good.
So good. And I think so many times it's just the words. And so if you're new and you haven't done any kind of team building, I encourage you, we're going to post this, listen to it over and over and write down exactly how she said things. And you know what? When you start to hear those things, people loving the product, you're going to know how to use the feel, felt, found. And what that's going to do is help you make that fill that sponsoring book you're going to start. And you're going to find out that a hard no, you don't get hard no's as much as you think you do. And just like Melanie said, keeping track of what people are saying. Now I know some of you are thinking, oh my gosh, okay, you're pushing me out of my comfort zone. Absolutely. But like anything, with practice, it really starts to work, and you will be amazed at the results. But they're going to get yeses, right? So let's chat a little bit about, some of them. We've got people who are a few days old, and everyone on this call is less than a year old. That's what's so amazing. But what if they get someone that says yes? Let's talk to them about how we have such an amazing system set up so they don't have to know all the details. Can we chat to them a little bit, Melanie, about our Girl Gang Meet Saint? If you're a leader or you're not a part of it, talk to your leader so she can get you into that group. But let's chat to them a little bit about how they can utilize that group and they don't have to know all the details.
Yeah, so when I'm talking to you guys about prospecting, it's just about getting permission to give them more information, right? You got that at this point? Getting permission to give them more information. You guys are so blessed is because getting permission means you're asking for their approval to put them into that group, Meet Saint. And you have got some of the most powerhouse leaders in this industry that are in there talking about the business opportunities, sharing stories. But the other thing that I really like about it is that you can go into the group, you can invite them into the group, but you do have to handle them in to make sure they get in. Don't just go in, drop them into the group and then not talk to them again with it. Say, I'm going to put you in the group. You need to go in and approve that you're jumping in. Let me know when you can confirm that you're in. Okay. And say, and it's really great. There's no high pressure. It's just a place where people are sharing information and stories. And so that is easier than I've ever seen to allow people to be curious. And that's what we're doing. And some of you have been through this process, right? That you went into the group and got to be curious for a while and got to just kind of watch and see what you were getting. But I will say this to you. You can't put them in there and then leave it be. So you've got to go in, get them, make sure they're in there first of all, and they're active. And I would even go into the group and say, hey, everyone, I'm so excited to welcome my friend Bev in. She's joining this group just to check out Saint. Be the relationship builder. Next thing, and because remember, why are most people joining? For fun, to belong to something, be part of something special. And so make sure that that's what it feels like. That's the experience that they have there. The next thing is you should be calling them or private messaging them and asking them if they've had a chance to really go through and read some of the posts that were in there, or if there's a date for a special live event that they're doing, making sure that they're going to be in there with you. Always follow up with it with a call or a message saying, do you have any questions, anything I can help you with? And the last part is you need a sense of urgency then to close. There will be some closing that happens in that group, but closing is to say, is there any reason why? Write this down. Hey, checking it out. Yeah, looks like fun. Here's the closing question. Got this? Ready? So is there any reason why we can't get you started? I know you're going to love it. Did you get that question? So is there any reason why we can't get you started? I know you're going to love it. What is the answer? The answer is no, there's no reason. People give out no's a lot easier than they give out yeses. Did you know that? So ask them questions where a no is a positive. Next thing is you never say to anyone, so do you want to do this? So do you think this is something you want to do? They're never really sure. In fact, some of you in here aren't even still really sure you want to do this, are you? So you're kind of like the process, but is there any reason we can't get you started now? Now, I was thinking, Rochelle, there's, hey, how are you? He's like, who is that? Okay. I was thinking that it might be really fun. What if you guys went out, had a killer month, bring in a whole team of brand new people in, and you do that, and I will do a 1 hour launch your business coaching with them as a group. How would that be? And maybe even give them a little thank you gift for joining in and having some fun with us. How would that be? So if you're talking to people right now and you're looking for a sense of urgency, I just gave it to you. Hey everyone, you've been thinking about this? Get in now. We got Melanie Hayden Sparks, who is going to do this time, does not always do it, is going to do a 1 hour launch your business call for everybody new in the month of April. You got to be in. How's that?
I think that is amazing. So you guys, did you just hear that? Now you've got the words to go and prospect. You've got the group, the tool to use to add people in. Melanie's giving you some great ideas of how to interact with them. I know another one I like to do is what are your 2 or 3 things that really jumped out at you? Get them to give you some of that. And then I love her line. Is there any reason we can't get you started? I know you're going to love it. Like, let's start using those, because the biggest thing is the reason you don't get bookings and sponsoring and building your team is you just don't ask the question. And that's the huge part of the close. You got to ask the question, right? So these are our promotions. Okay. So every single new artist that you have starting in the month of April is going to get a one-on-one hour with the amazing Miss Melanie. Okay.
Well, not one-on-one, it's a group.
Sorry, a group.
I'll do a group. Sorry. Yeah. I know you guys are going to bring 100 people in. I'm just doing the hours.
Yeah. She won't have a life in May if we do that. Yeah. So it is going to be a special call that all new agents from April will be able to join to kickstart their business. They're also going to be receiving a welcome gift from their Artist 6 that attend that training. Okay. So that's another thing that is going to be super exciting. And then we thought, okay, we know that your hosts are the way that, and using the host program is the way that you're networking, the way that you're meeting people, and your hosts are your number 1 prospects for sponsoring. So we also wanted to do a promotion around your classes in the month of April. So every single host that you guys have in the month of April that has $600 in sales, so a show that's $600 or more, we're going to have a jot form that you can fill out and submit their name. And we're going to do a draw with all of your host ladies, and they're going to have the chance to win a gorgeous Michael Kors purse. So now you're all going to be able to reach out to people that maybe have been sitting on the fence and say, okay, oh my gosh, you want to do your class in the month of April because your name is going to go in a draw for a Michael Kors purse. So now we're giving you a reason to reach out to get your classes. And now you've got something to reach out to people why they want to get started this month, because they get to be a part of this exclusive training. And of course, they'll get a gift when they do this training. So how amazing is that, you guys? What do you think? Think it's time to blow the lid off this thing, or what?
Yeah, you know what? You guys are at a momentum phase, and it's kind of, and always, if you visualize pushing a boulder up the hill, building to any business is kind of like you're pushing the boulder up the hill, and it gets harder and harder. But as it gets to the top, it starts to get some gravity going the other direction. You start to get some momentum. Guys, that's where you are right now. It is time for a big push. April needs to be a push month, and understand what you do this month financially shows up for you in 2 to 3 months. So when you bring somebody in April, it's not going to grow your income in a big way. But by the time you get through May and June and training, they're on all cylinders. You are making money now going into the biggest season of the year, our fall. So guys, big push. If you are feeling nervous, afraid, whatever, have a self-talk with yourself and say, why would I be afraid to go out and help somebody have fun in their life and change their life and be able to maybe put their kids through university or whatever? But call your leader. Call your leader, say, I am stuck. It is okay to be afraid. It is not okay to stay afraid. Your greatest accomplishments in your life are buried underneath those fears that are holding you back. So when something scares you, grab a hold of it and say, I'm going to dive into it. I'm not going to run from it. And I'm telling you, sponsoring people and changing lives and seeing the difference it makes, it's addictive. It's my favorite thing in the world.
So true. So true. So does anyone else have any pressing questions? Is there anything else that we want to tell everybody? I know I wanted to quickly highlight, if you guys didn't get a chance, go to the Saint Gallery. They posted the Mother's Day bundles. There's 2 of them, and they're an amazing price. And we're going to be able, they'll show up on your websites, on your on your stores on Friday, April 9th. So make sure that you're mentioning this in all of your classes. They're going to be great Mother's Day gifts. So check those out. I love them. They're well put together. They're great. Anything else, Des, Tracy? Good.
Janae put in here asking about people that want to join the business just to get the discounts on the products. You know what? There's an awful lot of you that join this business just to get a discount on the product. But even though they say to you, I just want to sign up to get the product at wholesale to get it as a discount, there's two things. Number one, say if you just want a discount, you're going to get a better discount being a host than you are as an artist. So just be a host. Free is better than the commissions that we make. But if they still want it, they still want to join, that's them soft shoeing into the business. Sign them up, in my opinion.
Well, and it's $12.95, I think, for their website fee in the US, and I think $14.95 in Canada. So there is a monthly fee. I think Tracy meant to say is, not isn't.
No, I meant to say that if they're just a host, there wouldn't be a fee. That's all.
Oh, gotcha.
But just to add to what Melanie said, I was joining for a discount and to get a free kit 25 years ago. And here we are.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, discounts. I wouldn't turn someone away just because of discounts. I mean, let's be real. One of the most amazing is your makeup is a tax write-off. You get all your makeup for free. I mean, there's not one person on this call that's going to complain about that. So that definitely is not a reason to turn them away.
Yeah.
But just kind of digging in a bit.
Yeah, but usually once they hear that there's a monthly fee, they will make, if they're still on, guys, they really want to join. They're just telling you they just want to buy for the discount.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, well, if you have any questions that come up after this, like I said, we'll be recording the posting. Tag your teamies who weren't able to be on this because this is such a great training. And let us know if you have any questions, and we'll be getting more details out. But get out there and go crazy, guys. We are excited for you. Have a fabulous Monday evening. Bye for now.